Hi, Facebook friends. Helen Archontou here, CEO of the YWCA of Northern New Jersey. So happy to have some time with you today on this blustery Wednesday. You know what that little wind means? It's blowing the holiday season in, and it's here. And I guess it's a little strange this year. It's been a heavy year. There's been a lot going on, so it might feel a little strange to think about the holidays, which is obviously a time of lightness and celebration. But if there was ever a year that we needed celebration and we needed inspiration and we needed some brightness around us, this is the year. We were thinking at YWTV and our amazing team at YWTV, shout out to the team. We were chatting about, how do we celebrate the holidays this year? And I keep seeing all these wonderful influencers. I was just watching actually Melba from Melba's Kitchen in Harlem had this like wonderful little video going of all of the friends at their home doing like a Zoom holiday party, and they were all dressed to the nines, but they were not together, obviously, but they all had made the same menu. And so they all had like a lovely cocktail and lovely appetizers and drinks, and they were celebrating together. And I loved that. I mean, I loved the energy around that, and I loved how fabulous they looked. And I think about how I've been dressing for months. And which you all know what I've been dressing for months because you see me on YWTV. And the deal that I made in terms of doing YWTV months ago back in March, and I stuck to it, is whatever I wake up, that's what you get. I don't do pomp and circumstance because it's just too much managing everything else at home. But today, since we were trying to channel some, glam, I put some makeup on. I brushed my hair. I didn't wash it. I just brushed it. I brushed my hair, and I put on, a fancy find, which I'll talk about later. So I have to tell you, I think that this is the year for us to try to do something to make yourself feel a little fabulous and feel like you're out there, even though we know that we have to stay masked and socially distanced. We're in it. We're hopefully in the last leg of this thing, but we do need to stay safe. But staying safe doesn't mean that we can't have fun. And if you are about fun, if you're not following Lauren Turk on your social media sites, especially her Instagram stories, you need to, because she is all about fun. And I have to tell you, in my head, she's like one of my best friends. I just find her to be so funny. I mean, I really think she needs her own show. She actually has her own show on her Instagram stories, but she actually needs someone. I'm calling it out there to the universe for you. Someone should pluck you up and give you your own show. Everything about her is a bright light. She is a bright light in this world. And I have to tell you, on days that I'm feeling, just exhausted or tired or stressed, and I watch her stories, she just makes me laugh and makes me think about fashion and clothing and things in a different way also. So I really appreciate her. And so I knocked on her door again and asked her if she would come back, because many of you know that she joined us many, many months ago, back in March. And at the time, we were talking to small business owners about how they were getting through this time. And Lauren in particular, who is the owner of the Hangout in Englewood, which is and we'll talk about what her shop is all about. But, when we met her, she literally had done the ribbon cutting for her store in Englewood. And then the shutdown happened like a week later, if that. And, I remember reading about the ribbon cutting in the Englewood Facebook group and seeing it and thinking, oh, that looks like a great store. And then, just really feeling for her and all small business owners and, shop owners and the impact that this was having. So we talked a little bit with her then about how she was getting through. And here we are all these months later. So we get to catch up with her more about how she's getting through. And we get to talk about holidays and how to dress and have some fun. So with that, enough of me babbling. We're going to tell you a little bit about Lauren Turk. She's Fashionista, and as I said, the owner of the Hangout in Englewood. And she is going to help us feel festive. She's going to pull together some trendy but comfy looks and holiday looks to help us sparkle and shine the way she does. And Let me tell you about her. She grew up in North Jersey, and she just, as she says, could never get herself to leave. And now she's definitely not going anywhere anytime soon because she is deeply embedded in the community of Englewood, which you would know if you follow her Instagram stories, because one of, I think, the real joys about her is not only is she always shouting out her stories, but she's her store, but she's always shouting out all the stores around her. She's a regular patron of the community and a promoter of everyone there as well. She has been working, her life started out working in real estate for 10 years. And then she decided to open the Hangout, which is a designer consignment boutique in Englewood. And as I said, that was at the start of the pandemic. They offer at their store, or at her store, authentic, high-quality designer clothing and accessories for all budgets. There really is something for everyone. If you have a very big budget, there's something for you there. And if you have a smaller budget, there's something for you there. There really is something for everyone. She always loved consignment stores herself, and she appreciated the financial and environmental sustainability connected to them. And she loves the hunt. She loves to share hidden treasures. And so she also believes that there's no one size fits all for fashion. And she loves to meet her customers, get to know them, and then connect them with what makes them feel their best. So today we're going to chat more with Lauren. So Lauren, welcome. Enough of me.
Hi, it's good to be back. Thank you for having me again.
Of course. As I said, in my mind, we're best friends, and we've been together every day since, because I follow you in all of your Instagram stories.
Yeah, and I follow you. I feel like I know your family. It's fine. Yeah. It's normal.
It's all good.
It's the new world.
And that's what social media, when I say when social media gets used for good, this is an example of it, right? It can be used for evil, but we choose to use it for good, for sure.
Yes, I was not a social media person before this, so I learned a lot about it.
So let's talk about that. Tell us what role social media has had in your business, because you started right as the pandemic hit. And you're in this amazing part of Englewood where people stroll and shop, but there was no strolling and shopping happening then. So how have you used social media?
So when I opened initially, I opened on February 17th, ribbon cutting February 20th, and 3.5 weeks later, I was shut down for good for 3 months. So this space for me was a savior. I came every day. It was so safe. And I didn't want to sell at the time because I didn't feel like it was the time to push designer, even discounted designer things on people. It just wasn't a comfortable thing. So I just used what I could, and that was me. So I had this platform, Instagram. I really had like 100 followers. Nobody knew about me because I didn't have a chance to introduce myself to people. So I really just talked into my phone as much as I could, just like this, and pulled outfits for what would I wear if I was going here? What would I wear if I was going there? I named my mannequins. I did anything I could to attract, I guess, attention, or just be some kind of like comic relief for people. And that's what it ended up being. People connected with me and they were like, you are hilarious, you're ridiculous. I was like, thank you, this is just me. Like, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, so don't worry about it. I didn't realize how much social media would impact the store, because after the pandemic, when it like lightened up and people came in with masks, they're like, finally get to meet me. And like, I mean, I see them now, like just the eyes up. So like, do you recognize me? I'm like, no. They're like, and they'll tell me their Instagram handle. I'm like, oh my God, finally get to see you in person. So I really connected with people. I was really lucky. I'm so lucky to be here still, honestly, be open.
Well, we're glad that you're there too, because I know what it, I know this was your dream, and it's nice to see that it's still going. So tell me, how is business going? Because obviously we went from like a total shutdown to a little bit more activity, and I guess we'll see where we're going now. But how is it going?
So thank God it's been going really, really well. As I mentioned to you before, Englewood is this like beautiful, quaint city of Englewood. And there's a lot of doctor's offices and people coming through all the time. So a lot of my customers, although I do have a website and people shop through the website, I ship things out every day, all over DC, customers in Philly. I sent something to Japan, true story. That was an interesting experience. But people walk in all the time and they're like, oh, I saw your window and I wasn't really sure. It does say above my store, it says the Hangout Designer Consignment Boutique, but my windows are usually just as wild and vibrant as they could be, just to draw you in. So most of my customers really are walk-ins, and repeat customers are the best. Obviously, everyone's the best, but I got to hang out with people and meet people, and they just keep coming back. So the one woman has a dentist office up the block, and every few every few weeks, she was getting like dental surgery. She's like, I'm back. She'd come in, half of her face would be like, she would come straight from the dentist every time. So.
Well, I'm sure going to the dentist isn't the most pleasurable experience. So knowing that she's pairing it with a trip to your store probably makes it just, something to look forward to.
Also, as you know, there's candy everywhere in my store. So it's like potentially my fault that she has these dentist appointments, because she literally comes in with like half a vase and she takes like fireballs and sticks them in her pocket. She's like, these are for tomorrow. I'm like, okay, it's on you. Take as many Laffy Taffies as you want.
I think we figured out her business strategy. I think it's all coming clear now. It's all coming clear.
I've got to deal with the dentist up the block, so good.
So what are you hearing from your customers? I mean, obviously we are, most of us are, still working from home or spending most of our times at home. And a lot of us are doing a lot of Zoom and video chats in terms of our interactions, whether it's with family or through work. So what are people shopping for with, that being our experience right now? Have you noticed a change in what people are looking for?
So because I was 3 weeks in to a career in this business, I didn't necessarily notice the change. People want designer. Handbags sell the fastest. That's the craziest. Instagram, again, the power of social media is insane. I will literally hold up a purse and 20 minutes later, the door opens and somebody buys it from me. Or I'll get a DM mine and I'll be like, I just posted it, but okay, sure, no problem. So there's that. Also, people are buying dresses. There are events, there are small people getting together, like small groups of people. And of course, there's blouses, like top up, I'm a party, top down, like I'm wearing sweatpants. You never know.
Yeah.
So that people are, it's all over the map. There's leather goods and there's dresses and sweaters. There's shoes. No one even sees their shoes, but they're buying them.
Okay, and for folks, if any of you were watching Shoevember, Shoevember was, I just, I'm a shoe girl myself, so I love Shoevember. Tell everyone about Shoevember.
The concept of Shoevember started, I think it was like my second year of working in a real estate office, which is not like the most exciting office, and I was like the youngest in the office by like a good 10 years. So I decided to spice things up, and I would wear a different pair of shoes every day to work. That was how Shoevember started. And obviously no one in the office really cared. Like I would take pictures of my feet every day and put it on a calendar, and I was like, what am I doing? So I wanted to bring that here. So I shared a different pair of shoes every day in the month of November, aka Shoevember. And I don't know if you saw yesterday, somebody brought in like 6 pairs of awesome shoes. And I was like, okay, I'll keep going. December could be about shoes.
I saw the green Valentino.
They're literally right here. They're perfect for Christmas. Like the most beautiful green shoe. Yeah, so Shoevember may be over, but shoes are crushing it.
So what other month campaigns do you have planned? Any sneak peeks of what's coming ahead?
Interesting that you should say that. I was going to do a sparkly December and wear something sparkly every day. But in my closet, I don't necessarily have that much sparkle, even like a barrette or a clippy something. But I always used to use November. Like it was Shoevember, and then the next year I did outfits to remember in the month of November, where I wore a different outfit every day. But I don't think I'm gonna make you wait that long. I'll come up with something good. Also, January is the start of something new. Maybe I'll do like colors, and I don't know. I've got like good stuff in here.
Percolating. You got stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I really enjoyed Shoevember. It's it's nice, especially during this time when I do feel like it is, again, it's a heavy time. I mean, I appreciate this light conversation today because, it is a heavy time and there is so much stress in our lives. But having something like Shoevember to look forward to every day, to see what you were going to post, just was something fun to, know at some point in my day, usually at the end of it after the kids were asleep and everybody was done, that I was like, watching. I'd be like, ooh, see what she's posting today.
And I definitely try to keep it fun and light because like you said, there is not a lot of that. So let this platform be, and I'm not an influencer. I'm not anything more than just me. So like when I mess up in my videos, it is what it is. If I have like spinach in my teeth, it's fine. I'm trying to be healthy. Like it's okay. It's no big deal. Like, so I bumpered a word or like dropped. Did you happen to see when I broke a button? That was maybe the funniest thing that I've ever posted.
Was it the other day when you pulled the tag off something?
No, so that was a good one.
I saw that one.
Okay, so a few months ago, I was like showing this, or a few weeks ago even, I was showing this beautiful Stella McCartney coat. And as I'm trying it on, the button fell off. And like you heard, and it's silent in the store because I'm here alone. And you hear it fall to the floor and I look up and I'm just like, that happens. It's okay. I'm just going to reset the button right on there. This is real life, people. Like, it is what it is. Half the time I do something funny by accident and I'm just roll with it. It's light. Keep it light. Keep it real.
Well, good. And I think what's nice about that too is it gives us all permission to just, to remind us to remember that, again, it is a very, very difficult time, but it's nice to have, some lightness to it and not take everything so seriously if you can have a moment like that.
If you can, exactly. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the process of how you fill the store with all these fabulous things. Where do they come from?
Okay.
Especially now when I guess people are, and I've not gotten onto this trend and craze yet of cleaning out their closets, right?
So at the very beginning, I was going into people's closets with them, going through what to keep, what to donate, what to sell. And it was great. One-on-one time with people, getting to know them, hanging out. After this pandemic, it's a lot of people coming to the store. But at this point, because thank God the store is filled with really beautiful, awesome pieces, I pick everything that comes in because it's very clear in my face, I can't sell something that I don't personally like. Like some things are not my style that I love. Like I personally wouldn't wear shorts over tights, like short overalls in the winter. Because to me, I just don't like the way that looks on me or it's not my style, but it's cool. So I'll bring it in to the store and I'll try to sell it to someone who I know would like that. So I bring in pieces that I like. Now I have people send me photos. So I don't want to waste their time schlepping things in, bringing these garbage. It used to be more time of sitting and chatting. Now it's just, I'm looking for items size 10 or above. I'm looking for leather goods and bags. Like I'm a little bit more looking for specific items. At the beginning, it was just like, bring me everything. But now there's just not enough space. Sometimes I'll take like really special magical pieces, even if it's not on the list of things I need, because like I know what people want also. So I do this thing where I have people send me a DM, which is like a wish list item. Because sometimes someone will be like, do you have the Chanel boy bag with black leather? And I'd be like, no, this is in the store. But if you send me a DM and I get one, I can message you immediately. So I do that for people. Hasn't worked yet, but I do have quite a list of things that people are looking for.
Wish list. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, so people can call, and then that's how they can get to you if they have some items that they want you to, consider. And then that's how you fill all that. I still all the fabulousness behind you.
Yeah.
So let's get into the fabulousness. So, the holidays are coming. People, might be doing these wonderful little parties like I saw on, Melba's Facebook page, how she had this wonderful video of, all of her friends in the holiday dress and these wonderful appetizers. What are some ideas? What can we be wearing?
Okay. So first of all, I'm going to stand up and you're probably going to lose my face, but that's what happens and that's okay. So today, oh, this is amazing. Today, I paired this really ridiculous, bright, shiny top with cashmere sweatpants just because I wanted to show that if you're wearing like a party on the top, you don't necessarily have to wear like super uncomfortable skirt or shoes. Also, like these are cute booties, but they're comfortable. So I was thinking of showing everybody today. I paired this super fancy Alaya gown. But wait, I know what you're thinking. This is a gown, but it's super comfortable. I also paired it with a fur rug because it's very Christmassy. But I would pair it with super comfy slippers. A nice pair of smoking slippers, even like a flat, even an UGG slipper. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're going to have fancy on top, get comfy on the bottom, So it doesn't have to, I mean, this dress is like super fabulous, like Morticia Adams in Licorice, Okay, wait. Now, everybody that's just wetsuits, this is like the thing. Well, the thing of the summer was tie-dye, obviously. So I actually collaborated with a local girl named Shop Nikki. You guys should check her out. She's wonderful. And we designed 2 colorways together because I wear a sweatsuit every Friday for Sweatssuit Friday, which is a movement I'm trying to. Oh no.
That's good.
Okay, fine.
No, we're giving you more space. They don't need to see you. They need to see you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm trying to make this movement happen. It's called Sweatsuit Friday. So I'm selling these sweatsuits here, and I'm always a queen of like comfy on the top, also with like a shoe on the bottom that'll really snazz up your sweatsuit.
Love that.
This is cool. Also, I gave you the opportunity to Christmas up your sweatsuit with your beautiful bra. Yes. Ooh. See, real time. My AirPod fell out. No big deal. Just roll with it. God, I'm rolling with it. Also, I'm recently re-obsessed with velvet, which is a thing from like my past, like my childhood. I feel like my mom just like drowned us in velvet, but that's fine. So this is obviously just because
mom is watching. Can she attest to that? I think mom is watching.
It's fine. My mom knew exactly what was up. Okay, so this is obviously a super fancy dress. I just really love it because I appreciate a nice sleeve. Helen, show them your sleeves. Show them what you're rocking with.
Yes. I was going to tell them about mine after, but yes, I got the sleeve going.
Okay. Or you could wear a nice dress with like a pair of leggings underneath and then snazz it up with the jazzy pair of sneakers. So you still look festive. Ooh, can you hear me?
We hear you. It's
okay.
Good.
Guys, this is quite the workout. No, I just thought this was also like you could still stay comfy while wearing festive items. Also, a rich green velvet, comfy dress. Okay, also I just want you guys to know, like, for example, this dress is $55 here at the Hangout. It's not just because it says designer consigned boutique, it doesn't mean that it's super expensive and super high end only. Something that I feel like I don't talk about enough and people feel like they're never going to find something that's affordable. Mm-hmm. I feel like if I have the opportunity to share the word, I'm going to.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's good to know that there's lots of different price points in your store, you know, and if they go to your website, they can definitely see that too.
I also want to share the fact that we're not going anywhere does not mean that we can't jazz up our outfits with an accessory. So I have like this little obsession with Judith Leiber purses because in my head, they're not purses. They're just a piece of art and they're an accessory, if you will. Mm-hmm. But like if I'm home and on a Zoom, like I would love to wear a purse. And look what fits right in here. The dead AirPods that I was just using, you guys. How wonderful. So, that's a great option. This is, I would just, also, I kind of wear things that not everybody would wear. But like, I would wear this as a top with sweatpants underneath as my bottom. Because again, like you said, if it's Zoom and we're staying home anyway, wear a stiletto. And if you want to take off your shoes, you take off your shoes. Yeah. Just because we're home doesn't mean we can't put on makeup and feel good about ourselves and carry a bag from our bedroom to our kitchen. No big deal. Do it all the time.
I love that.
Those are some items. Like, I mean, I don't, what would you like to see as I, oh no, I did it again. Oops, I did it again.
That's Please. Okay. You'll come back.
Guys.
I have to say, you're so many great looks. And here we are. We're seeing the great window. So tell us, I know you're known for your mannequins and your relationship with your mannequins.
Yes, the Kardashian sisters. Okay, so this past Saturday night, I had some amazing plans here at the Hangout. And I played a little game of Project Runway, which used to be one of my favorite. I'm taking you with me. One of my favorite shows. And I took the tinsel here at the Hangout, and I basically designed an outfit for each girl. She's currently wearing a high-low dress. She's wearing earrings. She accessorized. She's wearing a two-piece outfit. Was really buying this. Guys, I really am dressed like a mannequin today. She's very educational. She's reading. And then she's wearing a long skirt with a crop top. Wait for it. Wait for it. Guys, this is harder than it looks. Okay, so they're all wearing matching hats because they're best friends. That is the new window display, everybody. Woo!
I love that.
Thank you. It's Tinseltown here.
So did you have any artistic background in your like education and your schooling and your?
So I'm actually a psychology major from Queens College, a history minor, if you will, as well. No, not at all. Like, I mean, obviously I love arts and crafts. Like, I love to be creative. And that's why I love my space, because I get to, this is so fun and creative. Like Saturday night for the first time in such a long time, I felt like I had homework. I love homework. Got to decorate the girls. They look great. Creating outfits.
You do look great, and the store looks great. And unfortunately, I have not gotten to the store yet because I'm pretty much on lockdown myself. But I do plan on getting there. And as I shared when we started, I don't spend a lot of time getting dressed up, and I even just do like a slight party on the top. I don't even go too crazy because I am running around with balancing mommy-ness at home and working, and also being a daughter and caring for my mom who's living with me now. So, got a lot of stuff going on here. But today I made sure this is one of my, in honor of Lauren, I pulled out, and it's not from her store, but I just wanted to share the love that I am a believer in, in consignment shopping. I do think it's the environmentally responsible thing to do. It is, it's financially fit. I think about it for my kids too. I mean, everyone grows out of stuff when they're little so fast, and the world just has too much stuff in it. And do we need to bring more? And when they do grow out of stuff, or even stuff in my closet, when I'm done with it, it still looks brand new sometimes. So I today put on a little C by Chloe, a little
consignment find,
a little shimmy top for her. And I really do. I love what you're doing, and I love the message, and I love the layers to it in terms of, as I said, it's just a sustainable and it's a responsible way to shop. And you in particular on top of that, make it fun. So talk to us for a little bit. I know that you love the 4 C's.
This is a very important topic. I'm going to sit here because I'm losing feelings in my legs. Okay, here we go. So the 4 C's of consignment: class, couture, continuity, and community. So I actually made that up with my friend at the very beginning of coming up with this idea of this consignment shop. And it's crazy because I really thought like the idea of community and bringing people together and bringing couture to each other. And I really thought like, once a month I'll have this like late night for everybody to come and connect, and we'll drink wine and talk about what other people, addressing our best series, talking to other people, which ended up becoming a series just online. And I thought that I was going to lose that community, that sense of community. And if anything, with the power of social media and the way that the world is, it turned into something so much greater. Mm-hmm. And again, like you come in here and we meet for the first time, they come in, they remember me or I remember them. Again, if anybody ever walks into my store with a mask on, for some reason, I do not recognize anyone. Like my own mother will come in and I'll be like, huh? Like I have to like look at her outfit to know it's her. I never remember anyone's eyeballs. I don't know why, but don't take it personally, because I really remember everybody that comes in, because it turns into a hangout. And clothing, because there's a story behind every piece. 100%. Like this is a vintage piece. The woman gave it to me. She wore it to her son's wedding, and she wore it. Her lipstick didn't fit in. Then she got another color. Like, and I tend to share those stories with other people. So like the owner of these shoes wore them once to her sweet 16. I'm like, that's amazing. She had a super sweet 16. And I think she said, I don't remember like maybe Ja Rule was there. Like there's a great story behind every piece in the store, and I want to know it, and I kind of like to share it a little bit. Mm-hmm. So in here, and it's like I said, it's not all high end, and it's not, I never want somebody to come in and feel like they can't either like ask questions or talk to me, because I was always intimidated by fashion. Always. I was not, I grew into this later. So I would go into boutiques and be shy and overwhelmed and never ask any questions or talk to anybody. So like, I'll read the room if somebody walks in and I could see they don't want to hang or talk, but I'll clear the air in 4 seconds. Like if it's quiet in here because the music's off, I'll be like, do you want me to turn the music on? Is it awkward in here? Like Like, you tell me.
Right.
They're walking into my closet, basically. So.
Well, I really think that's a gift, to be able to really kind of create that community. And I know for myself, when I wasn't always someone who did this kind of shopping myself. My first consignment store that I went into was in Point Pleasant. And it was a store with clothing, and I wandered in, and it was another wonderful shop owner like you who, started a conversation, and to this day now she's a lovely friend. And
on Instagram.
Yes, Denise, yes. And my friend Arlene, who I introduced you to from another shop in Montclair. And I think that's really what it becomes. You're right. There is a story attached to everything. It's lovely to be able to have that community and connection with someone. And it is a personal experience, to be able to say, this is my style, and have that person remember your style and think of you when things come in and call and say, oh, and everything isn't a crazy price point, but it is, you can find things that are in great condition and reasonably priced. And again, you're doing something great for the environment by not, adding more
fast fashion.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I agree. So, so I love it. I love you. I love it. I'm so grateful that you spent this time with us today and gave us some ideas what to wear for the holidays, and how to, pair, stilettos with sweatpants, and how to put Uggs down and put it all together. I love that.
Just enjoy it. Fashion is, if you like it, go for it. I don't believe that there's any real fashion rules. I say this all the time to people. Like, if you like it and you think you look good in it and you want to wear it, just wear it. I've been wearing outfits to this store that I never thought I'd put together, but just because I'm wearing everything I own in my closet, and I actually not sure what to do in that. People usually say, like, oh my God, can I buy your top? And I'm just like, so that's mine. It's actually not for sale, but the days, I'm like trying to be creative with what I own, so I don't have to buy new stuff and whatever. It's a game. Everybody enjoy the game. Everything you pick up is just another opportunity to show your colors in the way you feel comfortable.
Wow, I love that. I love that. It's a state of mind. It's all a state of mind.
Just hang out, guys. Just hang out.
So what's next for the Hangout? Obviously we're getting ready for a new year. We're still kind of in the thick of it. How are you as a business owner planning on getting through, these next few months that still might be pretty tough?
So I do plan on continuing to post every day on Instagram. I also just stepped into this new realm of Reels. Yes, this TikTok trend is very trendy. I didn't do that, but it's basically the Instagram version of TikTok, apparently. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to really try to reach out to different people and try to get new followers with that. But the more creative I can be with different ways to feature different items, the more people I get reaching out. So I'm going to continue to be here again every day safely with whatever happens next. I pray that everybody stays healthy and I get to remain open. But if not, hopefully I'll get lucky and then I'll make it through to the next opening. It's going to be great. Everybody, it's going to be great. We're going to have in-person hangouts when it's time. Wow. We're going to eat Coco Jolie chocolates. We're going to talk to our neighbors. Jeffers, every day I look across the street and wait for somebody to move in. I'm waiting for more people. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. And we talked about back in March, when this is all over and behind us and we're back to in-person events, we'll be hosting something over there with YW. We're looking forward to that for sure. And I'm just, again, thank you for being a light. And I really appreciate you sharing how you have gotten through this time, because that is an inspiration for other business owners, because I do know how difficult this has been. And we love seeing a woman and a young woman be able to succeed and navigate and be resilient during these challenging times, and share the lessons learned. So thank you for being generous with that as well.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me back. It's so good to see you. Catch up.
For everybody else watching, it's only Wednesday. So that means we have more YWTV for you this week. As you know, on Thursdays, it's our day that we share the mic now with Black women in our community to amplify their voices. And I'm very excited tomorrow to be talking to Ebony Jackson, who is a social justice activist, and she's fabulous. And I'm really looking forward to that conversation and sharing it with you. For those of you that are job seeking, December 2nd, which is today, this evening, join us free of charge. Thanks to all of our very generous funders. We've been able to launch a wonderful program to help our job seekers get back to work or get to a job that is more aligned with your values and what you want to see for yourself. So this evening, there's a great program that we're doing on personal branding, thanks to Sandra Bleckman, who is our employment specialist, who's working with us in our Next Chapter program. And you're going to learn how to develop your personal brand and stand out from the crowd in job seeking and job seeking virtually, because there are people right now finding great jobs. Do not let this time make you think that it's not possible for you to find an employment opportunity or to find a better employment opportunity. Also next week at on December 5th on Saturdays with Sandy, another great program, Career Fix and Pivot. So those are for people that are currently in a position and looking to jump to something else. She'll talk about strengthening your resume and helping look at your skill set and how it could maybe jump into other arenas than where you've just been thinking. And for our girls out there, any of the girls ages 9 to 14 in Bergen, Essex, Hudson, Morris, and Virginia counties, we want you to be sassy. We want you to be serious about STEM and join from December 2nd, our SAS girls, that's our SAS, is serious about STEM. December 2nd to January 27th, we invite you to be part of our STEM program, free of charge, thanks to Google. And you get to join us. Limited space available. It's a wonderful program. And even if your young girl in your life thinks that she's not interested in STEM, she will be so surprised at what STEM really is. I know my niece took it. She didn't think she wanted to take it when I called her and said, "You can take this class." And she ended up loving it because they did so many things that she never even knew was considered STEM, and loved it. And it's never too late to sign up for a 21-day social justice and racial equity challenge. We are looking to create a band of social justice activists out there. We want you to look at your own habits. We want you to grow a few, and we want you to learn about race, power, privilege, and leadership. And 21 days, you'll get a podcast, a personal, some kind of interview, an article, something that you can read and learn from or unlearn, whatever it is that you need to do, and do a little personal exploration. And we hope that you take some time to participate in that as well. That makes great conversation in a fabulous outfit for the holidays, what you learn in the race challenge. So with that, we wish everyone a fabulous day, and sparkle, just like Lauren said, sparkle. And Lauren, thank you so much again for spending this time with us. As always, I enjoy talking to you, and appreciate you being you.
Of course. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much for having me again.
Well, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow. Be well.